Recording. All right, and we are recording. So today is Sunday, the 17th of January, 2021. Super exciting. And today we are going to be talking about challenge groups, how to effectively run challenge groups, just some tips, tricks, resources that we have. And then at the very end, we are going to have, I'm just going to kind of go over the BOD groups and how to get a BOD group set up so people can set up a BOD group now, or they can come back to it later and watch this if they are looking to start their first group and they're like, oh, how do I set up a BOD group? Well, we're going to go over that tonight, and it's super easy. I know when I first set up my first group, it was really intimidating, but I really just want to break it down and simplify it because challenge groups are really the bread and butter of our business. This is what people don't really get when they go to a gym or go to a personal trainer. I mean, you can get some of that personal support, but challenge groups are available to people where your trainer's not always available for that accountability and those check-ins and those moments where you're like, oh, I'm at a party and I want to have that cake. Like, do I have that cake? You can go to your challenge group and talk to your people there. You're not going to get that when you go anywhere else. So that's really what sets us apart, and I think is truly the magic behind our business is our running our groups and having that support and accountability that we offer as coaches. So before we dive into that, I'm going to give a little bit of just some announcements that we have going on for our team. We talked a little bit before. We have Team Cup coming up next month, which is super exciting. It's where you get on a team of 5 people total, not 4, but 5. And you work really hard over the full month of February to hit your goals. There's a bunch of company prizes, and you just push each other to get into the habits of doing the business, connecting, inviting, following up, running groups, all of that fun stuff. And it's really fun. It's a really great time to get to know other coaches. So if you guys aren't on a team yet, we do have our upline team, and there's other coaches in the network that I know are looking for a team too. So my advice to you is get on a team no matter what, because you're going to get 3 $10 off codes, which is huge when you're talking to people and getting them signed up, getting them that discount. You're going to be able to learn and grow from other coaches. And the one thing I've learned about this business is people are so open and willing to share how they run things. So don't be intimidated to ask someone on another team to join with you in this group. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, like, give it a shot, because every Team Cup, I have had so much growth in my business, and I know other girls on our team have too, just getting on, doing the work, and really just making it a fun month. So that is coming up in February. So if you're not on a team yet, definitely get on one before the end of the month. I would honestly say even this next week, like, start looking for a team, start asking people, put one together, get a group chat or something going, and we're going to kick some butt in February. Because once February comes, February 1st hits and you're not on a team, you're going to be sad when you see everyone else having a blast. So get on a team for Team Cup. Number 2 is our team. We're partnering with Heart and Hustle, and we're doing a 5-day free coach apprenticeship. We've done these before. Can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. But it's really just like an extended version of a coach sneak peek where people can really get their hands dirty with the work that we do. So each day we have a topic, and a few of the leaders from our team are going to be taking a topic for each day. So like the first day is going to be about our workouts, our community, and Rebecca's going to be talking about the free workouts that people can try and sample out before they sign up as a coach. The second day, I'm going to be doing some social media training. So I'll be talking about the ins and outs of social media, like one of my hot topics that I've got going right now, how to use that effectively to grow your business, and then do a live video so people can kind of ask, like, do a Q&A if they have any questions. Number 3, Brooke is going to be talking about rank advancements, compensation, trips that you can earn in the business. And she is a 2-time elite top coach. So she knows this at the back of her hand and knows it very well, and what all the perks are in becoming a coach and the things that you can earn. Number 4, I think we're going to be talking about groups and just our transformation. And then by the end of the week, it's going to give people an opportunity to decide like, okay, do I want to sign up and go for this or not? So they get to try out the color wheel activity, try out the workouts, learn about our products, and get a feel to see if this is the right company for them before making that final decision. So then on Friday, they'll have a chance to sign up. There'll probably be some fun raffle. I know Brooke is always giving away cool gifts to new coaches that join our team. And then we can get them started and get them going and creating their own groups, watching our trainings and going from there. So that's what we have going on right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me, put them in the team page, and start sharing about that. I shared a little bit about coaching this week, and I plan to sprinkle it throughout the week and do some hard call to action posts, probably like one. And then most of my posts that I have planned out for this week have something tied back to coaching. So my nutrition struggles, I'm going to be talking about my transformation, how I make coaching fun. Like for me, like it's all about like having fun and putting my own little spin to it. So those are the posts that I'm going to be sharing throughout the week. So people know as I'm inviting to this opportunity, they're going to be able to see my page and see like what this is about. All right. So now to dive into our topic. So what is a challenge group? How do I talk about groups with people? And how do I run my own group? Like I said at the beginning, this is really the bread and butter of your business. Like as soon as you get a handle on running groups, the better off you're going to be. And a group doesn't need to be 100 people. It literally is you plus one or two people. So you, your spouse, your sister, your friend. I'm seeing so many people having success, like Melissa and other girls, with just getting their sister or a family member and two or three people, putting them in a group, doing a program together, getting results together. That's really how simple it is. It doesn't need to be super complicated. But I know when you look at some other groups, and I know like our virtual gym community that we have is really big, that can be intimidating to see that when you're coming in as a brand new coach. And I can tell you guys, when I first started coaching, I honestly didn't know there was an option to not run your own groups. I just kind of thought like, oh, I'm a coach now and I'm inviting people, like I have to run a group. Like, thank God I had that mindset, because I think if I would have had the mindset that I had to use my coaches groups forever, I don't know when I would have branched off and kind of spread my wings. Because the sooner you spread your wings, it might not be pretty, but you are going to grow and become so much more confident, so much quicker in your business, and it's only going to serve you. So what I did was 2 months in, I created my own group. We were going to do Transform 20. There were like 4 of us in there, and I just made a post recently and shouted out like the 4 girls that trusted me. I don't know why, but they did, because I was just super excited about my results that I had seen, and I was so excited to continue that. I shared about it a lot, and they joined me. It was not beautiful. I used the challenge group guide, not the prettiest graphics, but it worked, and I learned from it, and it has evolved month after month after month, and I'm still learning. Now that we have BOD groups as a platform, that's very different, and I tried it a little bit last year, went back to Facebook, kind of didn't really know what I was going to do. And now I have just made the decision, like, all right, I have my free community on Facebook, and I am running my challenge groups on BOD groups. And seriously, you guys, like BOD groups is so easy, and it's where it's at, because everything is there. It automatically checks your workouts for you. So if you press play and you finish your workout start to finish, it will log that on your app that you completed that workout. So you don't have to like think about it and forget. You just go into the app, you go to workouts, and it'll pop out and say log new workout. Like, super cool. You can log your Shakeology, your water intake. You can put all your measurements, your weight, your goals in there. There's so many things that you can put in. And what I love about it too is with social media right now, it can get really, really busy. There's so much going on in our world and other posts. And I know for me, I can get sucked into that real quick when, you know, you see those posts, and like, have you ever seen those ones where like someone's fighting and you just start scrolling and you're reading all of the back and forth comments and you're like, ooh, this is getting heated. It's like, wait, I just wasted 15 minutes reading this random fight about who knows what. Like when you have our BOD groups app, you don't have to get caught in that busyness. It is all positive. It is all geared toward, we're all women working on our own goals. And depending on how you want to run your own business, you can have men too. But it's just a positive environment to go to. And you don't even have to think about logging into social media when you're focusing on yourself and your goals. So I'm really loving it. And I'm looking to get my people set up with it because I think this is the best way to run groups. This is the way the company's going, and it's going to be great. So what is a challenge group? It is a closed group for support and accountability and motivation. So this is where you put your customers and your coaches, and you support them daily with daily posts, tips, tricks, recipes. Basically, think about everything that you're going to be doing. You are just sharing in this group. Motivational quotes, stuff like that. It can be called a challenge group, a boot camp, whatever you want to name it. That's what a challenge group basically is a group of people together in a closed group working towards their health and fitness goals, and you are supporting each other. You can run groups where you run them monthly. So you would have a start date and an end date. I do recommend running groups and always having a start date. And this is why, because you continuously want to have something to invite to, and you never want to have something, or maybe you decide to run a virtual gym, which is kind of what I run, where it's an ongoing group, but every month I have a start date for my new people that join so that they have a starting point. Like, okay, this is going to be, whatever the date is. Let's say tomorrow, January 18th would be my start date. That would be my preparation week. So having like a prep week or a preseason week or whatever you want to call it, where you're getting people set up saying, okay, this is how you navigate BOD groups. This is how you log into your account. This is how you make your Shakeology. This is how you use your Energize. Like having that first week to really get your customers and coaches set up on their journey is going to help them. So then the next week when they start, they're not like, what? Okay. Oh, I didn't know I needed dumbbells for this. Oh, I need a step. Like, what's a control track? Like, it's really confusing. Or nutrition. They don't even know where to start. So you have that start date so you can get people in, and you can add people throughout the week too, and throughout your group and catch them up. But it's really just a good idea for you. So you have something to invite to, you create that FOMO, you get people in, get them started off right. And then the following week you would have your day one where everyone does their workout for their program. So you can have an ongoing group that you run and run challenges within them. You can open and close your group. So you have like a January boot camp, you run for 30 days, and then you do a February boot camp for 28 days because there's not 30 days in February. Whatever. It's really open to however you want to run your business. Another type of group that I want to talk about too is you guys can run free groups, and these are really great for new coaches to run free groups. And I like to keep free groups to a week or less. You don't want to keep them open for much longer because the point of a free group is really to get people in. It's something that's super easy to invite to because you're not asking anyone to make a financial commitment right away, but you can get them in, have them try some of our sample workouts, give them some information on our community, our products, what they can expect in our groups. And then at the end of the week, it's an easy lead in to your next challenge group or boot camp that you are going to be running, so that anybody that joins will be able to continue that support and receive even more from you after that free week. So there are tons of things that you guys can do with these groups. If you look on our team page, I have a couple scripts, and we're going to talk about, how do you talk about groups with people? How do you invite to them and what that looks like? Another thing too is when you make a BOD group, you have access to all of the Beachbody Challenge group guides, which is an amazing resource that I'm going to show you. And what I found recently is Etsy has tons of challenge group guides. So if you're the kind of person like you love making graphics and daily content and that's exciting for you, like go for it, like do it. But if you are very short on time, these are really good resources to look into and even invest in if you want to, like the Etsy ones you have to pay for. our upline, Megan Ewaldson on Fit and Fierce also has monthly challenge group guides. I pull content from there all the time. So there are tons and tons of resources. So you don't have to think of something new to post every day that's motivational, because in the beginning, that's what I thought you had to do. It was completely exhausting. So I'm going to show you guys how to find those resources today, how to use them, and then how to schedule your posts for your groups, which is super exciting. So let me share my screen. Okay. And if you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments and I will get back to them at the end. Okay, so this is our team page. And when I go to search, I put in script. Okay, I'm gonna drink some of my Bubby. So I haven't made a new script since MBF, but these are still really good examples. So you can look here at invite scripts, and these also talk about how to talk about your groups with prospects. So we'll go to the MBF, and this first half is, these are all invites that I was using, and I literally just like copy and pasted them when I had an invite that I kind of liked. So you can see the different style of invites that I've sent to different people. You can take a peek at those. All right, this is important. So when someone says yes to wanting more information on your group, so you say, hey, Jessica, like, I'm super excited to be starting off on this coaching journey. Thank you so much for liking my post. I was wondering if you would want to join me in my next boot camp that starts whatever, February 1st. We'll pick a date. And then Jessica says, sure, what is your challenge group? I think a lot of new coaches can get stuck here and they're like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, where do I go? So this is what I say. So these are the options that I have for challenge groups. First, I always ask women what their personal health and fitness goals are so we can find the best challenge pack that fits your needs for our group. So very important, before you dive into like the challenge group, this is what I do, you want to get to know what their goals are and what they might be interested in. And sometimes people may not even know because no one has really even asked them. So you can even say like, is there anything that you're specifically interested in, or, do you have goals that you're working on or would like to work on? Kind of get a feel of where they're at and what they may be looking for so that you can better serve them. And it's a really great way for you to, one, get to know them and get to know how you can best support them. And two, it's really going to just show them that you're there for them too. You're asking about their goals. It's not just like, okay, this is my group, this is this date, let's get you signed up. It's like, okay, what is this going to do for me? Because some people may be coming in and they need to lose, 40, 50 pounds. I know a lot of my girls, since I have a huge weight loss story, have significant amount of weight to lose. And then we're having the conversation about breaking down that big weight loss goal into smaller, more attainable goals. So it might be nutrition and focusing on nutrition first and then layering in the exercise. You might be talking to somebody that has a pretty strong fitness background and maybe they're like, I really don't need fitness support. I love exercising, but I'm missing that community. And I feel like I don't get that when I go to the gym. Okay, that's great. So then you're taking that conversation in a little bit of a different direction where your challenge group can still serve them, because we have programs that are really intense where you can get an insane workout at home that is just as good as going to the gym for a few hours. And you're also going to get that daily support and accountability with other challengers in the group where you can, talk to them, engage with them. And, you can also share motivational quotes and tell them that, in our groups, the more you share, like, we have people that are waiting there to chat with you and to support you too. So then the conversation is going to be a little different. So the first thing is finding out what their needs are and what their goals are. And then you can start talking about your group and how that is going to serve them in their goals. So this is just, and then I go into like challenge pack and how to explain it and what you get, because I know this can be, people can get caught up in this part as well. And I always make sure to add, including like, aside from just the products and the workouts for a year, is that you get one-on-one coaching from me. You get access to our groups, again, where we're supporting each other, cheering each other on, and all of that. So these are a couple of resources. I have this as well, which is inviting information, closing the deal. Yeah. Well, those are just some ways you can kind of talk about groups with people. And again, when you were invited and you are in your group, sharing your experience and what it has been for you. And you guys, this is how I run things, but you can run it however you want. If you have a theme that you want to run, maybe you want to do like a self-love theme for February, or you want to do like a 21-day fix group that's specific to that program. Like, the sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want with groups, which is kind of fun. So these are just ideas. Okay. Now, oops, I have been signed out for too long. Now I'm going to go into the coach office, show you guys some resources on BOD groups and how to create a BOD group and just how simple it is. So if you go to coach.teambeachbody.com, that is your coach office. And I was just browsing this a little bit beforehand. Okay. My computer's being extra slow. All right, we're gonna go over here to training. And they have a whole section for BOD groups training. So here they have videos on how to start your first group, invite participants, how to send a share cart order. That's how I always get my new challengers and coaches signed up. Is I don't usually hardly ever have them go to the website and order on their own. I am asking them questions and getting their order set for them. And if you've never done this before, it might be a little messy in the beginning and you're going to have to learn how to navigate it and learn what some of the flavors are. But once you get a hang of it, it is so much easier to send a cart to them and take that time versus just having them browse the website and praying that they make a purchase, because people can get sucked into those websites. I know I do when I do online shopping. I go on and then I start looking at other things. You get overwhelmed and then you shut your computer, or you end up buying stuff and you're like, wait, no, that's not what I was talking about. So ShareCart is beautiful. Such a great resource. And yeah, these are just some really great resources on how to get a group set up. They also have BOD group tools here and Grow My Business. So pretty cool. And then right here, they have the challenge group guides. So you can go here to learn about how to get your BOD group set up. I'm also going to show you real quick. We're going to set up a BOD group because it is so easy. First, you're going to go to beachbodyondemand.com. And if you guys haven't set one up, this is going to be my assignment to you today, is to set up your first group. Take a screenshot and put it in our group. And you don't even need the ins and outs right now. You can even just put like, Melissa's personal coaches and customers, or Ashley's personal coaches and customers. Having a place, even though you guys are welcome to use my groups and plug people in, you're welcome to use my resources. Anything that I ever post, if it's like a Water Wednesday challenge or Tasty Tuesday or whatever post, you guys can use that content for your groups. I have put that up in our Slay the Day virtual gym on Facebook for these years, so you guys can go back and reuse that content, because I don't want you guys to spend so much time thinking about what you're going to post each day. So I want you guys to create a space. You can change the name later on, but that's where you are going to put your personal coaches and customers so you can support them, because they signed up with you. They didn't sign up with me. They don't want to see my face and my posts everywhere. They want to see you and they want to work with you. So you're going to create that space for them, get them in there. It's easy for you to keep track of them and for them to get to know each other and to start building that community and relationship with one another. It's just my little plug. Okay, so you go to BOD groups, and we're going to go over here. So start a group. You can do this on your computer, do it on your phone. Super easy. So we're going to get started. All right. So since I have past groups, you can select a past group. I'm just going to put the theme is fitness, and we are going to start our group on, let's do February 15th. That sounds like a great day. A great day. Great day. All right. So you can choose like who can view your group and group listing page. I always put anyone can look at my groups and see them, because then people can request to join your group, which is really cool. So if you're an Emerald coach or above and you get customer leads, they can see your groups and they can request to join, and you can start conversing with them and learning about their goals and supporting that. So, and then down here, show motivational posts from Carl Deichler, our CEO. Check that, or you can uncheck it if you don't want to see any of those posts. That's totally up to you. Oh yeah, English, Spanish, or French. We're going to do English, but you can do your groups in Spanish, which is super cool. All right. Oh, do I have to put an end date? Oh, we're going to make it February 15th. I usually do 3 weeks. So 1, 2, we'll do March 8th. All right. This is going to be Brooks February Challengers. What I like to do is my people that sign up with me each month is kind of pod them together so that they have people that they can get to know that are the same, like kind of at the same spot as them, so that they're not just being tossed into the virtual gym with people that have been doing this for years and they're like, oh, I don't even know where to start. So you can pick your little picture. There you go. That's going to be my little fun banner for the group. Okay, then you go next. Okay, so you can add an intro video. You can make your own. You can enter one from YouTube. I haven't done that yet. I think the one time I did, I couldn't figure it out. Describe your group. So whatever you want to put in it. So if you're doing like a self-love challenge, you can put that here. I'm just going to put my February challenge group for now. Keep it simple. You guys can get as creative as you want here though, and do whatever you'd like. Okay, so what should people have when they're joining their group? I always require a challenge pack, and I set that very early in my business because I knew that I wanted to grow my business, and I knew that signing up with a challenge pack helped me. I was super skeptical and did not want to do Shakeology, but I'm so thankful my coach made me. So I have the same mindset with my people as I ask you to try it once, and then you can decide after that first 30 days of trying Shakeology and your products consistently if you want to keep ordering or not. But the key is I want people to give it a shot, not just drink it once and toss it to the wayside. I want my people, when they're signing up as a challenger, to really give it an honest shot and see how their body reacts. Because I think the first time people make Shakeology especially, they're not always like, oh my gosh, this is so good, especially if you are consuming a lot of sugar. So having those conversations with your challengers when they sign up and constantly giving them that support and those tips and tricks is really going to help them see their results in their journey. So this is just another cool thing. You can pick transformation pictures for your group, and we're almost done with setting it up. So it is super easy. Publish your group, ready to go live, and there we are. Voila. Congrats, you've got a group. So you can start inviting people, and I usually go to select from the coach office, so I can go to my peeps that I have in here. You can also go to past groups. So if you've run groups before, you can just re-invite people that were in your past groups, which is super easy. You can also send people a link to your group. So when you're having a conversation with them, you just go here, you go share a link, copy link. I do this a lot because that way then I know people are getting their invites. And there you have it. Another thing that is really cool is here is your group feed. So if you're thinking of like Facebook or some kind of group, like this is where you're going to be sharing your posts and your selfies and your Shakeology and everything else. So as a coach running the group, they have this category which is scheduled and draft posts. And you can go over here to group guides. And I think this is super cool because it brings you back to that part in the coach office where I showed you earlier, challenge group guides. So instead of going to the coach office and looking at the guides and then coming back to BOD groups and putting it in your group, it is literally all right here. So you can go to view all challenge group guides and we're going to pick one. Let's do Transform 20. You're going to do a Transform 20 group. Awesome. Here we go. You have prep week, day 1. All the questions that you need to ask. And they even have pictures of Shanti right there. Prep week day 2, prep week day 3. So you have a whole guide right here where you can copy and paste these into your group, schedule them. I like to schedule mine like Sundays so that they post throughout the week. Then you don't have to think about it during the week. Your post goes up, people are commenting, and then your job is just to go back and engage and support your challengers. It is all right here. Now, I love these guides. They don't always sound like me, and you might realize too, like that doesn't sound like something I'd say, so you can tweak it. But this just gives you a general idea of what to post in your groups, and then you can schedule them ahead of time. So it makes things super simple, like so simple. All right. And then if you go to post library, it's cool. So if you have run groups in the past, you can go to, like we just did this Eat and Cleanse, which was a 3-day refresh group. You can actually go through old posts, copy them, and schedule them. Though it's kind of interesting that these pictures are showing up, but you should be able to go to like here. Like here's our you did it after you completed it. So all the daily posts, you can just go through month to month, reschedule them, share them. So then you're reusing content and not having to come up with new things month after month and day after day. I love this feature with BOD groups so much because I know sometimes content planning can feel overwhelming. So that is that with groups. Okay. I'm going to look back through. Like, yeah. Do you truly feel more like a coach since I started running my own groups? It's easier to, yeah, it's so much easier to invite to something that you know what you're doing. Versus trying to figure out like what I'm doing or whatever your upline or someone else is doing. It just flows a lot better in the conversation. Oh my gosh, Nicole, yay, you just started your first BOD group. That's so exciting. Honestly, the smaller groups are, I feel like, almost better because people can really connect with one another. Yes, free groups. Oh, yeah, she's going to be here for team calls for a while, so she doesn't scream. Self-love group for February. Yes. Oh, that was another thing I was going to share, the Fit and Fierce Google Doc. I have a customer lead that always joins my group. It's awesome. Oh, that's so great. Best thing about hitting Emerald is getting those customer leads and then reaching out to them, building those relationships, and then you never know, they could end up being your lifetime customers, future coaches. Super exciting. Does anyone have any questions for me? If not, I will stop recording this in just a second. I don't think I have anything else. I guess my task for you guys, if you don't have a group yet, looks like a lot of you do. But if you don't, get one set up. And even if you have no idea on like a start date quite today, start thinking about it, because as soon as you get a start date and you kind of start thinking, okay, I'm going to start a group February 1st, which means I need a week to prepare my group. And then we'll start off the following week, put it together, get the date out there, start inviting people to it. And then as you're adding customers and coaches and you're signing people up, you can just plug them in right away. So that helps you keep track of your people and helps them get to know one another as well. Even if it's 2, 3, even if it's one person, then you guys have a place where you can connect back and forth and hold each other accountable, because you'll be seeing, that you're tracking your workouts or tracking your shape. So it doesn't need to be super complicated to get in the habit of start running groups. So yeah. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I am going to wrap this